Unless you've been living under a rock in the last 48 hours, you would have seen the Victoria's Secret model new runway show. I'm less interested in being outraged about whether the show was inclusive or not. Spoiler, I didn't think they did enough. They are a commercial corporation making money on how women feel about themselves. Whether they get their inclusive messaging right is not going to affect my self worth. Ultimately, as a company, they're only coming around to diversity and inclusion because it's affecting their bottom line. What I find more interesting is how my messed up brain took the messaging. I really like to think of myself as a feminist, unashamedly, but my disordered or distorted subconscious didn't question any of the messaging when I was doom scrolling and saw all of the articles and videos of the new show. My grew up in the 90s psyche was just sat there going, yes, oh wow, look, yes, inclusive. And I just didn't think to challenge that thought. I didn't think to look at the messaging, look at the advertising, which is what it is, and question, is this actually diverse? Is this reflecting the society we live in? And it wasn't until my conscious mind went, hang on a minute, is this inclusive? What are they doing here? Amazing. They've finally included trans women. Well done them for including Ashley Graham and another mid-sized woman. But it's 2024. You're a bit late to the party. This actually reminds me of another time when I was doom scrolling and I came across this messaging on beauty standards. More specifically, there was some article, I don't know if it was one of the magazines, but it was said in a couple of different places that apparently heroin chic was coming back in. If you're not old enough to know what heroin chic is, it was essentially it was presented in all the magazines that absolute real skinny, showing bones, looking really gaunt, was the measure of beauty. And with the revival of 90s clothing, there was a suggestion that this heroin chic look was coming back in. My messed up brain took that messaging and was like, "Oh no! I mean, I've got boobs, I've got a bum. I'm never gonna look like that. I guess just, again, my body's not in." Genuinely, this is a thought I had and I didn't question it at the time. But then, thankfully, I'm following Jamila Jamil, and if you're not, you should. And she starts questioning, no, sorry, what? We're not doing this anymore. We're not being told one body size is what we all have to aspire to attain in order to be beautiful. And I was like, of course we're not. Why am I not questioning that naturally? Even as a feminist, even as an educated woman, why am I not questioning it? It took this external voice for me to go, what? That is insane. We don't do that anymore. So I guess the question is, are you also holding on to these toxic beliefs about our bodies? About there being one measure of what's beautiful, and we need to be told that by external forces, by magazines, by people trying to sell us stuff? If so, this is just a call for all of us to wake up a bit. Quite frankly, we're all better than this. And as to whether Victoria's Secrets is better than this, well, don't really care. They're just making money from how we all feel about our bodies.